It's time to turn the tables on stress. Join us on the Get Positively Inspired podcast as we embark on understanding self-care in a busy world. We're going to dive into strategies that bring tranquility to your tumultuous days. Let's begin your journey to a calmer, more centered you. I am Sai Gonzalez, your mindfulness coach and host of the Get Positively Inspired podcast. This week, we're going to explore how to find balance in a busy world. Today, we dive into part 1 of our weekly 2-part series titled Understanding Self-Care in a Busy World. It's crucial, isn't it, to pause amid our busy schedules and ask ourselves how we are truly doing? This week, we unravel the essence of self-care and its pivotal role in our fast-paced lives. Self-care is a term we often hear, but what does it genuinely mean? It's more than just an occasional spa day or a break from work. True self-care is an ongoing practice, a way of living that respects and honors our needs and well-being. It's about finding those moments of calm in the chaos, about listening to our bodies and minds, and nurturing ourselves not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. In today's world, where everything moves so quickly, we might forget to take care of ourselves. But remember, self-care is not selfish, it's necessary. It's like putting on your oxygen mask before helping others. When you're in an airplane, when we care for ourselves, we're better equipped to care for those around us. So, as we go through our discussion today, I invite you to think of self-care as a garden. Each act of self-care is like water in this garden, helping it to bloom beautifully. We'll explore how to weave self-care into the fabric of our everyday lives, making it as natural as breathing. Remember, this is just the beginning of our exploration. We are on a journey together, learning and growing it with each step. Today, we plant the seeds of self-care. In our next episode, we'll learn how to nurture them into a flourishing practice. So, take a deep breath, settle in, and let's begin this journey of self-discovery and self-care together. As we continue our journey in today's podcast on finding balance in a busy world, prioritizing self-care, let's unfold the petals of what self-care really means. Often, we hear about self-care and imagine it's all about spa days or including in treats. But dear listeners, it's so much more than that. Self-care is like giving water to a thirsty plant. It's essential for it to thrive. Self-care is about taking care to attend to our own needs, body and mind. It's like putting on a life jacket in a boat. It keeps us afloat when the waters of life get choppy. It's not selfish, it's necessary. Just like a car needs fuel to run, we need self-care to navigate through our lives effectively. Now, let's explore why self-care is so important. Imagine your body and mind are like a garden. Without proper care, water, sunlight, or good soil, a garden can't flourish. Similarly, our minds and bodies need self-care to stay healthy. When we take care of ourselves, we're stronger mentally and physically. It's like building a fortress that protects us from stress, tiredness, and even sickness. Self-care impacts not just how we feel physically, but also lights up our inner world. It's like sunshine breaking through clouds, bringing warmth and brightness. When we're kind to ourselves, it's easier to be happy and satisfied with our lives. It's a ripple effect. When we feel good, it spreads to every part of our day, from how we talk to our friends to how we tackle challenges at work or school. So, as we move forward in today's talk, think of self-care as a tool, a key that unlocks a healthier, happier life. It's not just about taking a break. It's about building a lifestyle where we regularly check in with ourselves, listen to our needs, and respond with kindness. It's a journey we take with ourselves for ourselves. Remember, taking care of yourself isn't a luxury. It's a vital part of living a balanced and fulfilling life. Let's keep this conversation going and delve deeper into how we can integrate self-care into our everyday lives. In our journey of understanding self-care, it's crucial to recognize the hurdles that might make it challenging to practice regularly. Think of these barriers like big rocks in the path of a peaceful river. One common obstacle is time, or feeling like there is just isn't enough of it. It's like trying to fill a bucket with water when there is a hole at the bottom. Another hurdle can be guilt, feeling as if taking care of ourselves is selfish, like we're taking something away from others. But here's the good news. These barriers aren't walls, they are hurdles, and they can be crossed. Imagine finding a way around that big rock in the river. We can manage time by re-evaluating our priorities. Maybe waking up a little earlier for a few minutes of quiet, or setting aside specific times for self-care activities. And as for the guilt, think of self-care as putting your own oxygen mask first in an airplane. You need to be well to help others effectively. Now, let's blend self-care with mindfulness. Picture mindfulness as a gentle rain that nourishes the garden of our mind and body. It's about being fully present in the moment. Like when you're fully absorbed in watching a butterfly flutter without thinking about anything else. Mindfulness enhances self-care by helping us become more aware of our needs and responses. Incorporating simple mindfulness exercises into our daily routine is like planting little seeds of peace and clarity. This can be as easy as a few deep breaths before starting the car, feeling the breath as it enters and leaves your body, or paying full attention to the flavors and textures of your food while you're eating, lunch or breakfast or dinner. It's about turning everyday activities into moments of mindfulness. By practicing mindfulness, we create space in our minds. It's like tidying up a cluttered room, so there is more room to play and relax. This mental space allows us to make better decisions about our self-care, recognizing what we need and responding to those needs with kindness and understanding. Remember, every step towards those needs with kindness and understanding. It's every step towards a more balanced and fulfilled life. Let's keep exploring how we can intertwine mindfulness and self-care to enhance our overall well-being. Embarking on a self-care journey is like building a beautiful garden that's unique to you. It's about creating a routine that fits into your life like a key in a lock. Just like every garden is different, every person's self-care routine will look different, and that's okay. It's about finding what nourishes and replenishes you. Start by planting seeds of habits, little by little. Maybe it's waking up 10 minutes earlier to enjoy a quiet cup of tea, or taking a short walk after lunch. Think about what makes you feel good, what calms you down, or what gives you energy. These are self-care needs for you. It's important to nurture these seeds regularly. Self-care isn't a one-time thing. It's a routine, like watering a plant every day. It can be helpful to set reminders or have a self-care buddy who joins you in this journey. Remember, self-care isn't selfish. It's essential. It's about giving yourself the same kindness and care you give to others. In our quest for self-care, books can be like wise friends guiding us along the way. I'd like to recommend a couple that might illuminate your path. First, consider The Art of Extreme Self-Care by Cheryl Richardson. This book is like a toolbox for transforming your life. Richardson shows us how making ourselves a priority isn't an indulgence, but a necessity for a happier and more fulfilled life. Her techniques are like stepping stones leading you toward a more balanced existence. Another gem is Self-Care for the Real World by Nadia Narain and Katia Narain Phillips. This book is like having a chat with a wise friend. It offers practical, relatable advice that fits into our hectic lives. It's about finding little pockets of peace and self-love amidst our daily chaos. These books aren't just to be read, they're to be lived. They offer maps to navigate the sometimes challenging terrain of self-care. So, as we continue on our journey of finding balance, these books can be our guiding stars. You will find links to these wonderful books in the show notes. Let's turn their pages and discover new ways to take care of ourselves, enriching our lives with every word. As we draw the curtains on today's enlightening journey into the world of self-care, it's time to pause and reflect on what we've learned today. We didn't just talk about self-care. We embraced it as a fundamental part of our lives. We've explored what self-care really means, going beyond the surface to understand its profound impact on our mental and physical well-being. Self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity, like water for a plant or sunlight for a day. It's about taking care of ourselves so we can be our best for those around us. It's about filling our own cups so we can generously pour into others' lives. Each step you take towards self-care is a step towards a healthier, more balanced you. Remember, the journey of self-care is unique for everyone. It's not about following a strict set of rules, but about finding what works for you. Whether it's a quiet moment with a book, a brisk walk in the park, or simply taking deep, mindful breaths during a busy day. It's about listening to what your body and mind need and honoring that need. I know your time is valuable, and I know there are many choices out there. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for deciding to spend your time with me. I will continue sharing wonderful mindfulness techniques with you so we can all live more fulfilled and mindful lives together. As we wrapped up part 1 of our exploration, let's carry these insights forward. But our journey doesn't end here. Stay tuned for part 2 of our series titled Practical Strategies for Self-Care. In our next episode, we'll shift our focus from understanding to action. We've laid the foundation today. Next time, we'll build upon it with practical, actionable strategies to integrate self-care into our daily lives. Expect to dive into methods that can fit into even the busiest of schedules. Self-care practices tailored for different lifestyles. And how to overcome common challenges that might stand in your way. We'll explore tools and techniques that will help you craft a self-care routine that resonates with your life's rhythm. In our podcast, Get Positively Inspired, we unfold a single topic each week through 2 insightful episodes. Think of it as a 2-course meal for your mind and soul. Part 1, to spark your curiosity, and Part 2, to deepen your understanding. Our episodes are like stepping stones, each leading you closer to a life of balance and mindfulness. So, join me again on Thursday for another enriching episode to the Get Positively Inspired podcast. Together, we'll journey through the art of balancing life demands with the nurturing care we all deserve. And if you're interested in even deeper knowledge, You'll find links to the books I talked about in the show notes. Until then, take a moment each day to pause, breathe, and practice a little act of self-love. Remember, you're worth every moment of care you give yourself. See you on Thursday. Live on purpose.